in Australia, and good morning or whatever for the audience who are joining us from overseas as well. So today we have a very special live session with representatives from Swinburne University of Technology. First, I'll introduce myself. I'm Saru, Operations Manager, Education for Aussie's Group Elizabeth Street office, which is in Melbourne. And with me today, I have Lydia Wendels, who is the Regional Manager with Swinburne University of Technology. And along with that, I have a student, Jagan, who is pursuing his PhD with Swinburne. He's just about to start, and he has completed his Masters of Professional Engineering with Swinburne University of Technology. So we'll be talking about the most popular courses with Swinburne, the upcoming intake, which is the August intake, as well as the scholarships for international students. As we know, Swinburne offers very competitive scholarships to international students, both onshore and offshore, especially based on their academics. So if you have really good scores in your bachelor's or in your high school, you can look up to 70% scholarship with Swinburne, which is great. And then we'll be talking with Jagan regarding his experience, how it has been studying Masters of Professional Engineering, which is one of the most popular courses with Swinburne, with a number of specializations. And now he's about to start his PhD there. So thank you, Lydia, and thank you, Jagan, for joining us today.
Thank you, Saru. Welcome, everyone, to join our session. I'm Lydia, just as Saru introduced. So welcome to shoot any questions, and we're here to answer you.
Thank you, Lydia. As Lydia mentioned, if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. We'll be taking the questions at the end of the session. This live session would be streamed on our Facebook channel, our YouTube channel. So please watch it and shoot out any questions if you're looking to join Swinburne University of Technology, whether it is the upcoming August intake or even the next year February intake. So to start off, Lydia, could you please give us a little introduction about Swinburne?
Yes, just give me a second. So Swinburne University, we were established in 1908, which means we are more than 100 years old for now. So Swinburne University is a STEM specialized university, but we do offer courses across many different study areas. So something good about Swinburne, our location is in, our main campus is Hawthorne campus, which is located in the east suburb of in Melbourne. So we start from 2021. We have this amazing commitment for all of our bachelor degree students. So we have a guaranteed real industry experience for all students joining our bachelor degree. So Swinburne University has the Industry 4.0 and Industry Swinburne built Industry 4.0 campus, and we are the Australia's first Adobe campus, and we also have a Cisco Networking Academy at the Swinburne Melbourne campus. So we have amazing rankings in a few different areas. So we are the as a university, we are top 300 in the world, and in art and design, we're top 100. And in computer science and engineering, we're top 100 as well. Civil engineering and law, we have very good rankings as well. So apart from that, we, as Swinburne University, we are very focused on our technology. So we have space technology and AI hub at Swinburne Hawthorne campus. And we do offer Swinburne professional degrees, which included including the paid internship on top of the normal degree studies for students. So we have our best film and video production school in the world, and at Swinburne we do have we do offer course from a vet diploma to PhD level, because we are dual sector universities, which means we do have TAFE programs as well as higher education program. So we do have a scholarship, as Saru mentioned before, but unfortunately we don't have 75% scholarship anymore. But we do offer up to 30% scholarship for this year for both undergraduate and postgraduate students. So if you do need to study early course, we do have scholarship for early course students as well. Yeah, thank you very much for listening. And if you do have questions about specific course at Swinburne, feel free to ask.
Sure. Thank you for that detailed introduction to Swinburne University, Lydia. And as you mentioned, Swinburne University of Technology, as the name itself says, the university which is known for their technology courses, which is known for their industry partnerships with, and also known for their professional degrees. So could you give a little more information about, the most popular courses with Swinburne University of Technology? Let's start off maybe with IT courses. The Masters of IT, and especially the Masters of IT Professional Computing, which is one of the most popular courses because it has just 12 units and it's still a 2 years degree. And with 30% scholarship, the students who get it becomes really, competitive for them. And it has that professional component included.
Yeah, so Master of IT and the Master of IT professional computing are both very popular course at Swinburne. So the main difference is Master of Information Technology doesn't require student to have a IT background. However, Master of IT Professional Computing do require student have computer or computer science or IT or any related background. And both of the course offer to international students and 2 years degree studies. And so both semester 1 and semester 2 student can join our program. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, and as Saru just mentioned, both of the program will have which is a work integrated learning in the program, which means you can apply for internship or you can have real industry project embedded in the program. Just one more thing is about Master of IT Professional Computing. If students want to complete it quicker, it can be done within 1.5 years, in which case a student paid the total course fee. However, there's a accelerated format student can do.
That's great to know, Lydia, that the student, they have the option because it's a 12-unit course, so they can either complete it in 2 years or they can fast track it and complete 1.5 years. And with the professional component, as you said, the internship or the project which is included as a part of the program, obviously it makes it more attractive for students. Because they get real life experience, real term experience working on the project, and that will actually make them, ready for the industry.
Yeah.
So, which is great because the degrees with Swinburne actually make you job ready. Once you step out of these professional degrees, you are actually ready to take on and work in the industry. So I'm sure the students who are doing these professional degrees, and with your experience, Lydia, with the students who are graduating from Swinburne, what kind of companies or what kind of jobs are they finding, especially in IT?
As you know that we do have abroad industry partners, so there's heaps of big names really: Facebook, NASA, NAB, which is one of the biggest national banks, and even Metro Melbourne in Australia is the metro transport company, and CPA, Bendigo Bank, KPMG, all these big names. Actually, students have opportunity to apply for internship or jobs. But really, it depends on what the student wants to do afterwards. It's not only about going to the big company. Sometimes what you're really interested in, you may start small, but you can get to the much higher level. Just as I said, any opportunity really. Once you start with us, there's an industry link. Because we have this broad industry link, so we do offer students more opportunities to get in touch with professionals in the industry.
Oh, that's great to know, and I'm sure these big names are something every student's dream. They want to.
Yeah.
When they are starting off, these are the names they always dream about. Working in these companies. So I'm sure the kind of experience, the kind of real life experience, working on these projects, even these students get. These are the kind of industry partners which Swinburne has. So I'm sure students would find their way out to land these dream jobs.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I would like Jagan to share a little bit of his experience, because he has done master degree at Swinburne. I'm sure he has friends and classmates who have great experience. And maybe he can talk a little bit about the professional job outcomes and stuff.
Yes, Jagan.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Lydia. And as mentioned, I have one of my friend who has completed Master of Data Science at Swinburne only, and he has collaborated with the Australian government in completing his internship, which is a paid one. And I myself has got this opportunity to complete an industry project with one of the biggest company in Sydney's. So that was a good professional work experience we had to solve the real-time problems that we learn throughout these semesters and try to apply. And so, yeah, of course, it has a good industry connections, and we are able to resolve the problems from the learned things from the semesters. And yeah.
Thank you, Jagan, and thank you for bringing up another course which you mentioned, the Masters of Data Science, which is again one of the most popular courses with Swinburne. So, Lydia, could you have a little more information about the Masters of Data Science?
I'm just trying to overall this information on my computer, which is a little bit slow. Master of Data Science is definitely a very popular course as well. As you know, it is it's basically the future word, what the future world needs. So it's a 2 years degree at Hawthorne campus. So we do recruit students in semester 1 and semester 2. So in terms of the course details, it's like 12 core units and 2 electives. So it's mainly focused on data science. In terms of the career outcome, so students will have this state-of-the-art techniques and experience, in data science area, and we can students can work in different area, but related to the course. Any other particular information you would like to know, apart from the basic information? Because all these master degrees, we do have the work integrated learning in the program as well.
Yes. So when it comes to the work integrated learning with the Masters of Data Science, is it like one particular subject which the student has to do, or is it like a complete semester? Like with some degrees, they require the student to have a complete semester of internship, or is it a particular subject which the student has to do as a project?
So in the Master of Data Science, we have 25 credit points for technology innovation project, and also another 25 credit points for technology application project. So these kind of projects are mostly real industry project, which is 25 credit points is actually 2 units. So which is actually quite a lot.
Yes, thank you for that information, Lydia. And does the student need to have a relevant background, like in IT or related studies, or student from any background can study data science?
For this particular course, student doesn't need to have any particular background. As long as the student complete a bachelor equivalent to Australian bachelor degree qualification, student is able to apply for this course.
That's great, Lydia. So, it's good to know for students that you can come from any background, doesn't have to be specific related to IT, because data science is something which is across, it is just not related to IT. It is much beyond that, is much more than that. So, students from accounting background, even they go for data science, and students from IT background, and students from engineering background as well. And data science is the future, definitely. And there's a huge scope in this field. So, students who are interested in some sort of analysis jobs, they become a data scientist. So why not? That is the future, and data science is the future. It's one of the most popular courses these days for students from varied backgrounds. Thank you for sharing that information.
Yeah, just one last point about this program. We do have, just as mentioned, we do have elective units in this program, and there's internship project as elective student can apply for. But of course, this is by application only. So if student really want to do internship as part of the program, student have the option as well. And as many other internship programs, student need to attend interview and pass the interview. So, but yeah, it's an option for students.
Great, Lydia. So coming to the next field, which is engineering, which is again one of the most popular fields with Swinburne, because it has so many courses, and the professional engineering, I'm sure Jagan would have a lot to share about that. So if you can just talk about the generic Bachelors of Engineering and the Bachelors of Professional Engineering, like what is the difference and what are the various specializations which Swinburne offers?
You mean the Master of Engineering and Master of Professional Engineering?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we actually have 3 Master of Engineering course. One is Master of Engineering Science, and one is Master of Professional Engineering, and another one is Master of Engineering Practice. Mm-hmm. So the main difference is Master of Engineering Science is 2 years program focused on improving technical knowledge and proficiency beyond bachelor's degree level. So it comes with an EA accreditation. So students whose bachelor degree did not grant them professional engineer status in Australia will gain the recognition automatically through this course. So Master of Professional Engineering is also a 2 years program. So focus on engineering professional skills, such as project management and career progression. So there is an industry project come with this program. So the program comes with extra support for career building. But EA accreditation is not automatically granted for students, but students will need to can still apply for an individual skills assessment if they do want to apply for EA accredited degree. So the last one is the Master of Engineering Practice, which is a 1 year program. And this one focused on bolstering the technical knowledge gained in the bachelor's degree. This program has no EA accreditation. So that's the main difference for these 3 engineering-related master degree. But I would really like to invite Jagan to share his experience.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so as Lydia already mentioned, the professional engineering, it is a blend of management subjects and also the engineering aspects. So coming to my case, I was more inclined towards robotics. So I took this, subjects inclined towards robotics, like robotics in manufacturing and also intelligent inspection systems and linear systems. So coming to the management part, it was more or less like technology management, and also a few subjects that include the research component, and others were like the opportunity discovery, and if you want to start a startup or initiate a business, and what are all the risks that you have to consider, and these kind of every detail was given in this subject. And the main highlight was the career success program. This unit is actually an additional feature of this whole program that focuses on the resume building and personality development. And we also have few alumni connections in that workshops conducted, so that they can share their experiences, and we can think about our next steps to be taken in our career. Yeah, so that was a key thing. And after the 3 semesters that we pursue this career success program, based on our performance in the career success program, and also the quality of the resume which we have, and the skills that we have, based on these criteria, we are given or assigned to an industry project. So that is what I was mentioning in the previous chat. So I was assigned to as UGL, an industry partner of Swinburne. So I was able to collaborate with them and work on one of the problem that they have given. And it was for a period of 12 weeks. And as you mentioned earlier, it was a unit-based project. So it was a 25 credit unit. So we were supposed to complete the real-time problem given by the industry, and submit the prototype back to them again for testing purpose. Yeah, it was wonderful experience for me as well. Yeah.
That's great, Jagan. Jagan, could we have a little more detail about yourself? Like, what is your background? What's your bachelor's degree in? And how did you choose this particular program with Swinburne?
Yeah, so I had this kind of very much attraction towards robotics since my childhood. So I was more inclined to pursue a career in robotics since the beginning. So I took my first steps by taking electricals in bachelor's. So I completed electrical and electronics engineering back in India. And later I needed some programming experience. So I worked for a software company for a while. And then based on this experience and my electrical, I have applied to Swinburne University and as well as RMIT. So I chose Swinburne over RMIT because they were having this work integrated learning in the last semester, and also the career success program. It was an additional feature for that. And the third thing was scholarship. Swinburne was offering a 30% scholarship, which was considerable and very reasonable considering my circumstances. So I chose Swinburne over RMIT, and the course itself, since I'm more interested into robotics, so I took the Master of Professional Engineering, specializing in the robotics and electronics.
Great to hear that, Jagan. Jagan, can you have a little detail about like how were your classes, during your first 3 semesters, especially when there was no project? So how many days were the classes, and what are the timings, and how did you manage your workload?
Yeah, so it was pretty much comfortable, but it was all during the COVID, so Swinburne has already have this Canvas application that was very easy for us to access. And over a week, we were having around 4 classes. So 4 different subjects were there across the week, and almost around, sorry for that, 8 classes were there. And apart from the final semester, the project related work, we used to have a project component in every subject. So there's nothing, no difference between the first semester and the fourth semester. That is what I meant to say. So every semester was equivalently tough, and we were able to manage the workload because we would attend, like the session was for about 3 hours, and we would have something to work about 10 hours for the session. And yeah, so basically the Canvas has all the recordings. So after the session, we used to go to those recordings and also recollect all the information that was necessary for the final examination kind of view. So
That's
it was
great.
balanced. Yeah,
Yeah, that's great to hear, and especially an experience of a student studying during the COVID times when there were no face-to-face classes. So the
exactly.
kind of support which Swinburne has provided. Lydia, would you like to add to that? Like, how have students coped up during this online study period, and what kind of extra support Swinburne has provided?
Yeah, I think to be honest, I I joined Swinburne not really long ago. I basically joined Swinburne late last year, so I didn't actually experience what the students experience during COVID. But from what I heard from students and even staff, we do have a lot of student support. If student needed, they can always contact our staff. And we do have this during this COVID. We start this student ambassadors program. That's what Jagan is doing now. So I'm pretty sure in the future, even we can have students face to face if any students need help. We not only offer help from our staff, and we have these student ambassadors there to communicate with students. And for these students overseas, before they even come to Swinburne, if they have any questions, they can always contact our student ambassadors as well.
That's great to know that the Swinburne has this team of student ambassadors, and I've met a couple of them before as well in our previous sessions, and all of them, they are really helpful in providing whatever information the student needs, especially listening it from the students. Their first-hand experience really motivates the other international students who are interested, because there are some questions and they feel more connected to students, because they can actually feel what they have been through, and they can connect really better. So this is really a great program that Swinburne has brought. So Lydia, when it comes to sorry, I was going to talk about, I just skipped. That's okay. Let's move on to the next course, which is really popular among Swinburne as well, which is the early childhood education. So Swinburne has a Bachelors of Early Childhood Education, which is again very popular amongst international students. Students who are interested to become an early childhood teacher, and students, who have just completed their year 12 from any background can join this course. And I think the English requirement is also quite reasonable for this course. So Lydia, if you can just talk about a little bit, and especially on the English requirement for this particular program.
Yeah, so for Bachelor of Education, early childhood, we do have two different streams. One is early childhood teaching, and one is early childhood and primary. So the difference would be, for the early childhood and primary, the students can the career outcome is basically student can teach students from 0 to 12 years old. So the the early childhood teaching is from 0 to 5. Yeah. So in terms of the entrance requirement for this program, let me talk about the early childhood teaching first. So we do, let me see the English requirement. We do need students have IELTS 6.5 and no individual band below 6.0. So yeah, as you said, a student can come from year 12 qualification, international qualifications, year 12. And if student come from other qualifications, then we will have to assess if that is equivalent to year 12. And for the Bachelor of Education, early childhood and primary, basically the entry requirement for the English requirement would be the same. So 6.5, no individual band below 6.0 for IELTS. So there's another difference for this course I have to mention. So early childhood and primary student will have to do the Casper test, which is so it's basically a kind of like a personality test. So student can register on the Casper Test website and then apply for the test. But for the early childhood teaching, students are not required to do this test.
Okay, so it's only required if they're choosing both early childhood and primary, but if they're just going for the early childhood, then Casper is not required.
Yes, yeah.
Sure. And Lydia, is there a difference in the duration if the student chooses early childhood or the early childhood and primary, or is it still remains 4 years?
4 years, both are 4 years.
Okay. So, this gives a better opportunity for students. They have the option to just study early childhood or include a combination of early childhood and primary so that you can teach students up to 12 years old. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And
sorry, one more thing for the early childhood and primary, not only the Casper test, there is a national literacy and numeracy test as well, which is, I'm pretty sure students can pass that.
Yes.
But we do require students to attend that test as well.
Sure. Thank you for that, Lydia. And the English requirement, as Lydia mentioned, is 6.5 with individual bands as 6. Some of the universities, they have a higher requirement of 7. So this is one thing which students should be aware of, that, for studying a Bachelors of Teaching in early childhood or primary, you have Swinburne University with an IELTS requirement of 6.5 with no band less than 6. So we've talked about IT, we've talked about engineering, and we've talked about early childhood. The next popular course is the construction, the Masters of Construction with Swinburne, Master of Construction Management, which is again one of the most popular courses for students who are looking forward, for working in occupations such as a quantity surveyor. The Masters of Construction is a pretty popular one.
Yeah, so the one you're talking about is Master of Construction Management Practice, or is we have another one, Master of Construction and Infrastructure Management?
Actually, if you can talk about the both of them.
Okay. So for Master of Construction Management Practice, it is just a 1-year program. So this is for students, basically to prepare graduates for future professional roles in managing people, equipment, materials, technological processes, projects, and funds in the construction projects and construction industry organizations. So this is more basically more focused on management, managing people. So for the actual requirement, students, we do require students to have a solid background, which means students either come from a Bachelor of Engineering honors degree or building, architecture, quantity surveying, or construction management, or any of these related course. Otherwise, student will not be able to admitted to this course. So for the other program, Master of Construction and Infrastructure Management, which is a 2-year course, and in terms of the course outcome, is quite similar. However, the students are student will have more subjects apart from that, including some of the other programs units. So that means the students still need to come from a certain background, which means engineering, building, architecture, just as I said before. So basically it's just the course units difference and the course length difference.
Sure, thank you, Lydia. The Masters of Construction.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if students want to know more details about the units, because if you come from this background, you probably know more information and knowledge, have more knowledge than myself in this area. I would really suggest students go on our website to check the units, because when I look at those units, I don't really, I can't really tell you all the difference. But when the student come from a certain background, if they want to do it, I'm pretty sure they can find more useful information.
Definitely. That's really useful. And one thing I'd really like to point out here is for any students who are interested to study with Swinburne, please go through the website because it's a really good website and it provides very detailed information about what are your basic entry requirements, because some courses have specific entry requirements. Some courses, especially like architecture, they may want you to submit a portfolio, submit a CV. So all those things are very detailed mentioned with the course structure, what it is, what kind of scholarships are available, what is the English requirement, with what are the next intakes. So every detail is very clearly mentioned on Swinburne's website, and it's very easy to navigate as well. So it's pretty easy for students to go through the website and go through the details, especially the entry requirements of some specialized professional courses, because many of them have some additional requirements. And especially when it comes to courses like occupational therapy and those allied health courses, some of these courses are only available in the August intake, and they have certain application deadlines because these are very popular courses and with very limited seats. So make sure you always check the website, and whenever the applications close, it is always updated on Swinburne's website that the applications for this particular program have already closed. And some of these some of these courses have application deadline as 30th of April as well, and the offers are issued only after that. So please make sure you check on the university website when you're applying for these allied health courses like Masters of Occupational Therapy and the like.
Yeah, I'll just as Sarah mentioned, this indeed Master of OT or Master of Physiotherapy are very popular courses, and it's quota course. So we do have a deadline. So for the August intake, usually the deadline is 1st of April, and the student will maybe next year will slightly change, but I doubt it will be very different. So so usually our admissions team will wait until the application deadline passed, and then we will start to assess the applications, and usually student will receive the outcome 2 to 3 weeks after that.
Yeah. So yes, as Lydia mentioned, 1st of April was the deadline. So all those students who have been waiting may be receiving their offers anytime now. Because I do know one of our students is waiting for his occupational therapy offer, so I'm sure he'll be receiving.
Yeah. If you haven't received your outcome, because now is about 4 weeks, and we do when the amount of application is too high, there's definitely a little bit of a delay. So feel free to contact me, Saru, and I will follow up with the application for the student.
Thank you, Lydia. Coming to the next course, which is the Bachelors of Nursing. I know, unfortunately, we don't have the August intake for this course. It's only the February intake. So the next intake for Bachelors of Nursing is February 2023. So because I know with Swinburne, when it comes to Bachelors of Nursing, the health school, they have very specific requirements. So Lydia, if we can talk about that in a little detail.
In terms of the Bachelor of Nursing, as you know, in every university, this is extremely popular, and we do have some special requirement. But this is most students will be able to meet So basically, we do need police check, working with children card, apply for working with children card, NDIS, so worker screening check, which is a National Disability Insurance Scheme worker screening check, and if students have lived overseas for more than 12 months in the past of 10 years, then students will need to provide a police check from the other country as well. And international students must provide an up-to-date record of all immunizations they have received over their lifetime. So for all these things, there's a little bit of additional cost because student will have to, apply for this. So just be aware of that, and it's not covered by the course. But another thing, you really have to be careful is actually the IELTS requirement. So we do require students to have IELTS 7. And a minimum score of 7 in each of the 4 components.
Yeah.
And we do accept PTE, combined PTE though, but you need to check the nursing board, nursing and midwifery board, and to see what their requirement is. Our entry requirement for English is actually well aligned with them. So yeah, it's very popular course, and the quota, to be honest, that's not a lot. And usually students, I would recommend students to apply for it. As soon as they get all the documents ready. But don't worry about the additional documents, additional requirement I just said, because you just need to submit all the required academic documents first, and then we will be able to issue offer. And the rest of the requirement you just need to meet before your enrollment.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for that, Lydia. So as Lydia mentioned, the requirement for English is 7 each, but they do accept a combination of the tests as directed.
The PTE test, yes.
So the PTE, the combination of 2 exams, as long as they've taken within 6 months, and the overall score is 65. Just in 1 or 2 modules, if it's a little less, so it can be used as a combination. And the details for this with detailed scores are mentioned on the NMBA website, so students can always refer to that. Yes, thank you, Lydia. And the next intake is February, as I mentioned, and very limited seats, trust me. The seats, if you want to apply in October, November, I don't think there'll be seats available.
Yeah, and I would really, suggest students, if you do accept the full offer, just accept it as soon as possible. Do not wait, because there were just so many, disaster happened like this. Student wait, and then, someone else fill up the seat.
Yes, yes, definitely. Please accept as soon as you get the Bachelors of Nursing offer from Swinburne, and they don't give conditional offers for the Bachelors of Nursing program. You either get a full offer or you don't get one.
Yeah.
Yes. So coming to the next and the most popular question from students is on scholarships for international students. So, and I know the 30% STEM scholarship as well as the ELICO scholarship are the most popular ones. So if we can talk about a little of what courses are included in these scholarships, and let's talk about what are the various scholarships available, the entry requirements, and the courses for which they're applicable.
Okay, so for the scholarship, we do, as Swinburne, we do offer quite general scholarship. So let me start from the bachelor scholarship. So for bachelor students, we offer this international, we call it Swinburne International Excellence Scholarship, which is from 15% to 30%. So it's very much based on your academic result from previous studies. So if you do have average score between 60 to 69%, and you will receive 15% scholarship. And if you have received the average score between 70 to 79%, and the scholarship will be 20%. And over that, over 80%, you will receive 30% scholarship. And this scholarship is, it's cover the entire duration of your studies. But of course, if you fail from one, year 1 to year 2, then that may be questioned. So, but I'm pretty sure if you can receive scholarship, I'm very confident that you're good students. You will keep making effort in the university studies period as well. So that's our scholarship, the International Excellence Scholarship for UG, for undergraduate students. And the same scholarship also apply to master degree students. So for PG level students, we do have this 15% to 30% scholarship as well. Apart from that, for PG students, we have this George Swinburne postgraduate scholarship as well. So this is George Swinburne postgraduate scholarship gives international students 30% scholarship. So for students who study STEM courses or business master courses, so such as Master of Data Science, Master of IT, Master of Engineering Science, Construction Infrastructure Management, like we talked before, and of course the Master Business Master courses like MBA, Business Information Systems, Finance, Project Management, Supply Chain Innovations, all these Business Master courses. So if you do receive the offer for any of these STEM courses or business courses, master level, and you will receive 30% scholarship. So apart from that, we also have a scholarship for pathway students. So if you do start from Swinburne diploma course, higher education diploma course, which is equal to first year bachelor degree. If you do start from pathway courses or foundation course, you will be able to receive 2,500 Australian dollars scholarship as long as you have reached 60% average score from your previous studies. And once you complete this pathway program, and we will reassess for up to 30% scholarship upon completion of pathway. So before you enter the bachelor degree. So this is a pathway scholarship, but this is Swinburne International Pathway Scholarship. And if you do study pathway program, we also have this this is actually just for after pandemic. We have this one-off payment to our international students, 2,500 from government. So this is the Victoria government pathway scholarship. So if you do start from pathway program, you will have either 2,500 scholarship or 5,000 scholarship. Apart from this apart from this scholarship, there's another one for early course. So if students need to study early course, we have this 10 weeks early course fee rebate. So if you, let's say if you need to do a 10 weeks English course before any of your let's say master studies or bachelor courses, whatever, you will need to pay for these 10 weeks early course first. But as long as you enrolled, you progress into your main course, we will rebate this 10 weeks scholarship, 10 weeks early course fee to your student account. And the early course cost 440 per week, and for onshore special for onshore students it's 360. But student will not need to pay this 10 weeks early course if student do need to do 10 weeks English course. So that's all the scholarship we are offering at Swinburne for now. But be aware that scholarship may change anytime. But I'm pretty sure, to support students, we will always have something for our international students.
Thank you for that detailed information, Lydia, on the various scholarships which Swinburne offers. And just for students' reference, there is no separate application for Swinburne scholarships. They are automatically assessed. So along with your offer letter, you receive a scholarship letter which mentions how much percentage scholarship has been applied to your course. And the 30% STEM scholarship or the International Excellence Scholarship, these are the most popular ones. And most of the students, they qualify for one or the other scholarships. And the 10 weeks ELICO scholarships is again one of the popular ones, because if you don't meet the English requirement for certain courses, Swinburne has its own, English exam which you can take, and after that English exam, if you are asked to take 10 weeks of ELICOs, for example, so you do not have to pay for it, and 360 per week, so definitely you're making a saving of 3,600 here for 10 weeks, so that is huge.
Yeah, 360 is for onshore international students only, and for offshore international students, it's different price, because we got this special price for our onshore international student, which is great.
Yes, that's really good, Lydia. Thank you for that, Lydia. So coming to Jagan, Jagan, if you could give us a little more information about the student support which is available at Swinburne.
Yeah, so the previously you mentioned about the services available. So health and well-being was one of the good service available during the COVID time that has helped most of the people. So apart from that, coming to the academics, we do have this English support, language support, and also help for the math and also the sciences. And these are the two major things which we require as engineering students. And apart from that, once we complete our assignment, once we complete our draft, we can actually send it to the one of the services that will actually completely go through your report and also provide some suggestions for you, and also guide you to how to write an assignment. And also there are services for the plagiarism checks and also the referencing styles that we have to provide, and make sure that we provide all those properly during our assignment and while submission also. So these kind of services are very much required for every student. Those who are particularly for the international students who are not familiar with the referencing styles and also the assignment structure. So yeah, those were helpful for me and as well as for the prospective students who are joining Swinburne.
Thank you, Jagan. That is really useful information which you have shared here today, because a lot of students are not aware of it. And when we talk about it, we don't talk about these in detail, but coming from you, it makes a difference, because you know exactly what the students are looking for and what are the problems that they face. Especially an international student who is not aware, about the Australian education system, how to submit assignments, how to do these references, how to look for plagiarism. So these are really important tips and really important services, the kind of help that Swinburne is providing to international students. So thank you for sharing that, Jagan. Any last words, Lydia, that you would like to share, especially for the upcoming intake, the August intake?
I just would like to encourage everyone to apply for Swinburne if you do have a course in mind, because I'm pretty sure we do have something good for you. And if you do apply for Swinburne, and as Saru mentioned, we assess scholarship automatically, so don't worry about submitting separate applications. And the last word about Swinburne is, remember, we do focus on students' employability, and I'm pretty sure that's every student want in the future, because that's apart from good teaching qualities, we do want great outcome for our students. So that's something we focus, and that's our commitment for our international students as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Lydia. I'll just take up a few questions which students have put on our YouTube channel. Um, there's a student called Thakuri, and she's asking that is 30% scholarship only for year 2022 or further as well?
Well, the whatever we have for now is we will offer for students apply for semester 1 2023 as well. So if students want to apply for semester 1 next year, and if you reach the if you achieve whatever our requirement is, then we'll be able to offer the scholarship now as well.
Yes. So thank you for answering that, Lydia. So it's basically for any applications which are made at present, whichever intake is it for, like it is for the upcoming August intake, or is it for February 2023 intake, the scholarships will be applicable at the time of application. There's a next question from Mayank. Is there a way to get 100% scholarship?
Well, apart from the scholarship I mentioned, students are welcome to check our website. There's a scholarships for international students section. So there are some other type of scholarship as well. But other type of scholarship will require students to submit applications, and and that means you will have to go through a very strict selection process. I'm not quite sure how how easy to get that. I'm pretty sure it's not that easy, but welcome to try.
Thank you for that, Lydia. And that's about it. And I would just like to say to the students that if you still have any more questions, please put it in the comment section, and our team will get in touch with you shortly to answer all those queries. Yeah. And if you're looking to put in the application for Swinburne, the upcoming August intake, please contact any of our nearest offices, and our team would be able to answer your queries as well as help you with the application and the scholarship assessment as well.
Yeah, thank you, Saru. One last thing I want to mention is our student ambassadors platform. Because our we have so many good students, just as Jagan. So they are very active on our student ambassadors platform, and feel free to contact them through the platform. And that not only give you the answer about what student life is, and they will be able to help you guide a lot of things through the application stage as well, if students have questions about those things. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Lydia. And just to mention to the students, as Lydia mentioned about the Student Ambassador Program, Swinburne has been really proactive in helping out students. The last semester, February semester, I remember, where we had few applications in the pipeline, and Lydia herself contacted those students and answered their queries, because sometimes you have some questions, which you need answers to. And so definitely Swinburne has been very proactive in that sense and has been helping out all the students to make sure that all their queries are answered before they take that step to start the program with them. So thank you for that extra help, Lydia.
That's okay. If students want to come to the campus and have a campus too, our student ambassadors will be able to show them around as well. Just send through the request to me, and I will help to organize that.
Yes. And thank you. And once you join Swinburne, please, you will be looking forward to an amazing student community and amazing festivals, amazing cultural events, because there are a lot of that which happen at the campus, I know. So Thank you, Lydia, and thank you, Jagan, for joining us today. And thank you to all the students who have been listening to us. And if you still have queries, please put it in the comments section. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Saru. Thank you, Jagan. Thank you for joining us.
Lydia.
Thank you, everyone.